Hello and welcome to this taste challenge. We have two Irish blended whiskeys. Yeah, we're now on Irish whiskey. I know a lot of people are excited about that. Well, I know I am. Put these glasses over here. So we have Jameson, the most famous Irish whiskey, the world famous Jameson, introduced in 1780. See if this will focus. Yeah. Triple distilled Irish whiskey, aged 4 years. Couldn't find an age statement on the bottle, but there's an age statement on the website. It says aged 4 years, at least 4 years. So they've changed the label over the years. You can look at the website. They show a history section on how they changed the label over the years. Product of Middleton, Ireland, Irish Republic. That was the new distillery, opened in 1972. They tore down the old distillery because it was dilapidated. It's produced by Irish Distillers. That's the name of the company. You can look it up. They show all kind of Irish whiskeys like Red Spot and all this. So it shows two anchors, a ship, a star, the Latin phrase sine metu. I don't know what that means. Okay. Distilled, matured, and bottled in Ireland. John Jameson and Sons, a brand owned by Irish Distillers. Green bottle, dark green. Well, olive green protects it from the light. The competitor is its brethren, its descendant, Jameson Caskmates Irish Whiskey Stout Edition. Now, this is a new one, a relatively new. I did a dual review with my daughter about 7 years ago, and we liked it. She got little bottles, like 200 milliliters. This is a $3.75. Thank you, my friend David. He gave this to me. He got a deal. I mean, a deal. I think he got them for like $3.99. It's crazy, huh? I mean, why would you sell it that cheap? That's $7.98 a bottle. But he found it and he was like, "Oh man!" I was like, "That's the deal of the century, man." Okay, so normally it's like $30. Okay, calm down. And I did a solo review, and it was so good. On my nose, I got like a piece of hair on my nose. When you get older, your nose gets like old man nose. Okay, but I'm not an old man. I'm a middle-aged. I'm middle-aged. Somebody told me the other day, "Hello, young man." Well, he's like 90, so I guess when you're middle-aged, and when you're 90, middle-aged seems young, right? But anyhow, learn about our taste and story at jamesonwhiskey.com. And we're going to look at some of that. This was like $23. Yeah, about $23. You might get a deal on it. Not like my friend David with this crazy price for Caskmates, but you might. Who knows? Oh, nearly perfect, nearly perfect, nearly perfect, nearly perfect. Aged in craft beer stout barrels. Who's craft beer? They don't say. Who's stout? They don't say. So I don't know what to tell you, but they don't say. There's a lot of companies that make stouts, so I guess it's up in the air on that. If you have some information on that, let me know whose stout it is, and I'll talk about it. But don't You got to have a source. You can't just say, well, I got a friend in the industry and he says, right, I know a guy that, all right. Something falling? Feather? Yeah, birds in the house? Okay, Stanley Wayne Rolls says, cheers, brother Ron. Cheers to you. Okay, so appearance. Oh, well, I guess they're about the same. Deep amber gold. Yeah, deep amber gold. Clear, nice looking. So triple distilled. They can talk about that on their website. Good things come in threes. Like World War I, World War II, World War III. No, I don't guess that's what they're talking about. Our process. Good things come in threes. Forget lucky number 7. Our smoothness comes from our signature triple distilled distillation process. Triple distilled. It's the method that Jameson built its reputation on. Their head distiller, Kevin O'Gorman, upholds today. Let's see what they say. Locally grown. They're showing wheat. Oh, I'm sorry, barley. Ding, ding. Wake up. Rich, number 1. Rich pot still whiskey made from both malted and unmalted barley. So they use malted barley and unmalted. With the finest grain whiskey, both distilled 3 times for smoothness. So you got malted barley, unmalted barley, and grain whiskey. Our barley is all grown locally in Ireland. Our water comes from Dungorny River. Maize is a sun-loving crop. Ireland's famous climate is anything but tropical, so that's why we use a farmer in the south of France to provide us with all our non-genetically modified maize. Okay, so they're getting their corn, or as they say in Europe, maize from southern France. A farmer. Yeah, you think it's some little guy with his wife and kids holding a pitchfork, and they're making that much corn, or I'm sorry, maize for Jameson to mass produce the best-selling Irish whiskey in the world. Yeah, who is this farmer? Archer Daniels Midland. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is some farmer in France, some guy who just happens to own 20 million acres. Okay. They get their barrels from the United States and Spain, U.S. and Spain. Their previous life was aging bourbon and fortified wines, like sherry, Madeira, port. Okay. So, well, there you go. Their master blender is Billy Lighton. He uses only whiskeys that were reared on the grounds of our distillery. As a result, we're able to produce a wide variety of different whiskeys without having to knock on any other distillery doors. Many celebrated brands blend whiskey from multiple distilleries, so we're not suggesting our way is superior. All right, so they're being fair. We're just saying that's the way we like to do it. And then they're saying, come take a tour. Since the scamdemic is over, maybe. All right. DJ Beacon says, cheers all. The stout finished is a favorite at home. Thanks for watching. Try to get this agitated to what you say, focus. So it's triple distilled, meaning they're using 3 types of grain: barley, malted barley, and corn. maize from France, French corn and Irish barley. I assumed, see, shows you what I know. I assumed the corn came from the United States, but no, it comes from France. So there you go. Southern France. You can learn by reading, taking your time, and being open minded. I think I mixed them up enough, but be on the safe side. Price point. Yeah. Total Wine. I know Walmart sells it too. They tend to be a little pricier, but they're right there too. I'm not gonna spend $5 of gas to save $4 on wine. All right, on sorry, whiskey. Okay. $24.99. That's kind of high. 43. Oh, that's a liter. Never mind. Well, it looks like they only sell liters over there. Liters of Caskmates Stout Edition, $43.99. Uh, Check out Walmart real fast, just for the heck of it. Then I'm going to watch some baseball. Oh, they more expensive than Total Wine. 28.48 for a regular bottle of Jameson. Looks like I wouldn't be drinking any more Jameson. Looks like I won't be drinking any more Jameson. 29.48 for the Stout Edition. Well, I said it would be about $30. Pick it up tomorrow. Not ready. Probably didn't get the truck in yet. Okay. Yeah. Oh, they cut the price on that rye whiskey. Oh, I'm not gonna say which one. You might go buy it underneath me. Um, $25 for Jameson. Man, I don't know about that. I didn't pay that much. I paid like $21.99. But you got to shop around. See, when it starts getting kind of pricey like that, you got to shop around. Unless you're just desperate to have Jameson. I'm not desperate to have Jameson. I like it, but I can get a lot of Irish whiskey. But maybe they're all expensive now. I hope not, because I'm gonna need some more pretty soon. They're both, yeah, like deep amber gold. Uh, yeah, it just smelled like they said barley and corn. That's the two ingredients: barley and corn, malted and unmalted barley and corn, two grains. No wheat, no rye. Aroma is close, 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 close. It's like sweet grain and sweet grain, but not too sweet, just a little bit sweet. So yeah, it kind of fits because Irish whiskey is not like super aromatic anyway, so or even super flavorful. It's very demure, as someone told me once, to describe mildness. So far, so good. Except the price got me a little feeling a little bit uneasy, but I'll get over it. I want to get that the next Irish whiskey I'd like to get is the Sexton. I think it's all barley, no grain whiskey, no corn. Maybe it's good. Woo, wow, this tastes so sweet, sweet grain. Sugar water. Yeah, not as sugary. Don't know the age statement on that black on the cask, the stout edition. More grain like more barley malt. Burley Sullivan says, you. Same to you. I never had a Pabst before. I always wanted to try it though, said Invasion. Okay. We're doing Irish whiskey right now though. So does one taste better than the other? Mm, hard to say. Hard to say. I think so. I like that chocolatey aspect, coffee chocolatey aspect of that stout edition. It's not profound, but it kind of reminds me of the Founder's Breakfast Stout. Maybe that's the one, but they didn't say it was an Irish stout. They just say stout. Um, I had that big bottle of Jameson before, but not that other one. Not the you had the this one, the world famous one, not the this one, not the stout edition. Still pretty popular. They got the black barrel aged in old charred oak barrels, bourbon barrels, I think, and then you got this one. Now these are aged in ex bourbon barrels and ex wine barrels, fortified wine barrels from Spain. What part is aged in bourbon and what part is aged in wine, and how much of it is in bourbon barrels and how much it is in wine barrels? You could forget it. You're never going to find that out. They'll let you know some things. They're not going to let you know everything. They're trying to stay number one in the world. They're not going to give out all the information so somebody can take them over. No, I don't think so. Yeah. So they're giving you a pretty good amount of information. So these are kind of like American blended whiskeys where it's mostly corn, column stilled. That's like mass production still. Oh, column still corn whiskey. And then they get the flavor mostly from this unmalted and malted barley. And then, of course, the flavor is adjusted by putting it in ex sherry barrels, ex Madeira barrels, ex port barrels, ex Marsala barrels, ex bourbon barrels. So, see, there's so many combinations you could do, and it's going to make it taste so complex. But the difference with American bourbon, American blended whiskeys, I'm meant to say, is that those can use unaged grain spirits. You're doing this like me, like you're shrugging your shoulders, like what? Yeah, they can just mix it, blend it with unaged spirits, up to 80% unaged, grain neutral spirits, just corn, or it could be rice or anything they want to use. But you know, they're probably using corn because it's the cheapest. But whatever they want to use, as long as it's made from grain neutral spirits, could be wheat. They distill it on Monday and they probably blend it on Monday with the bourbon, straight bourbon, or straight corn whiskey, or straight wheat whiskey, whatever they want to do. But it's probably reject bourbon. And does it make a difference? It does sort of make a difference because some of these American blended whiskeys could have a real harsh flavor. They're not mellowed by aging for 3 years. So they just like garish, if you want to use the word garish. They just like, wow, they loud and not so proud. And things like Kentucky Gold or McCormick's, well, McCormick's all right. Kentucky Gold, they're not so good. Now I'm curious to see what my friend Dave is going to say about that Heaven Hill Quality House Kentucky blended whiskey. He took a little sip, or was he just smelling it? I can't remember. I was at his house and we were watching television. He kept saying, "Oh, this thing is corn, corn, corn." I said, "Yeah, well, it's probably almost all corn. It's probably 90% corn or higher." I'll say at least 90 or higher. It might have a little wheat and barley to tweak it out, but that thing is a little rough. It is sour mash Kentucky blended whiskey, but it was $5.99 to be fair. $5.99, I can't believe it. All right, so these are real like crafted. These are really nice things. They're not like some whatever product. All right, aging in used barrels casks must really make quality control challenging because of the inconsistencies. It says craft beer tastic. I know, that's what I was thinking while I was talking about it. Like, how could you keep up with the algorithm? There's got to be there's got to be an algorithm. There's got to be like a specified formula, right? Okay, Jameson uses this, and they don't deviate. And then the black barrel uses this, and then the stout edition uses this, and the IPA uses this, and so forth. You know, it's got to be like a scientific thing. They're not just saying, "Oh, grab a bunch of those sherry barrels." You know, it's got to be real pinpoint because it always tastes the same. You go to any bar in the world, New York City, San Pedro Sula, Munich, Nagoya, Melbourne, Bombay, Pretoria, you know what I'm saying? Moscow, but you know, Miami, you know what I'm saying? It's going to taste the same. Like every Jameson you ever bought in your life is going to taste the same. Whiskey engineering. Yeah, it's got to be engineering. It's got to be. 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 Now, that being said, how did this engineering come out? How does it taste? I got to say, it tastes pretty great. Now, some people, they talk bad about Irish whiskey. They say terrible things. So full of hate or pomposity or whatever they're full of, but they're not full of good thoughts because they say, "Oh, Irish whiskey, that stuff's so bad. It's so bland. It's, you know, real whiskey drinkers don't drink Irish whiskey." I said, man, these people really need to get lost because it tastes so good. Is it the best style of whiskey? How could you ever back up a statement like that? What is the best style of whiskey? I mean, what is the best country for whiskey? We don't know. You know, some people are all into Japanese. Some people they're all into Irish. So over here, you say, "Oh, that's the Scotch drinkers. They only drink Scotch." Oh, there's your Canadian whiskey people. You say, "Well, they go to bingo," you know, and then you got then you got American whiskey drinkers, and they all have their favorite thing, and they all claim their favorite thing is the best. So, but if you're reasonable, and many people are reasonable, then you can look at it in a reasonable way. And so, I don't ask me. You say, "What's the best?" I don't know. They're all the best. To me, they're all the best. You know, they're all the best. Japanese, Scotch, Irish, Canadian, American. They're all the best. It's like people asking, "What's the best beer country?" I don't know. They got so many good beer countries. Look at all the good stuff that comes from Guatemala, right? Dominican Republic, France, Czech Republic, Russia, Ukraine, Turkey. Even Turkey, you say that's a Muslim country. They frown on alcohol. I know they don't even let them use their website anymore. Like that, you look at the website, it's like beer will kill you. Do not drink this product. We've been in business since 17 or 18 something. I'm like, man, what a repressive government. They had a better government before 1453 when they had the Greek Roman government. You know, Constantine the 11th, probably a much better. Probably, I bet he allowed a lot of beer production. But these characters they got running it now over there, they so I'm not gonna say anything. But anyway, yeah, but they do. You can get beer from Turkey, and you can get beer from Egypt, but I've never seen it. Apparently, there's beer from Pakistan. It's like, well, that's illegal. You can't sell beer in Pakistan. I know. Well, maybe not. But there's a big brewery. Okay, it's been there since the days of the British Empire of Pakistan. When it wasn't Pakistan, when it was India, the Empire of India. All right, but anyway, anyhow, so I didn't even try to tell which was which. I can't even think about it. Like which is which. I think this one over here. I just took the glasses and did that, so I didn't mix them. I think this one over here is the black, the stout, because it had a little bit richer flavor. But I don't know if I pay extra $5 for a little bit richer flavor. I got it right. So is it worth the extra $5 to $10? I mean, I wouldn't pay the extra $5. I definitely wouldn't pay extra $10, but it's up to you if you want to do it because you think, oh, it's going to be so awesome because it's aged in X stout barrels. Go ahead, buy it. I just as soon stick with the original Jameson, but I guess the stout is a little bit better. A little bit. You insulted him a little bit. A little bit out of order yourself. All right, cheap and not repulsive. The best whiskey to me. Yeah, I like those kind. I have a lot of those. I have many of those here. Cheap and not repulsive, but not exactly adorable either. But tolerable. Yes, it is nice to have such a variety. So the winner is really both. They're both the winner, but technically, I will go with the Jameson Stout Edition, even though I would definitely not pay a lot of extra money for it. But not considering price, then it does taste better. But considering I got to buy it, I don't have any whiskey companies giving me anything, that's for sure. So I would just, so it is better, but I mean, in my case, I would buy a regular Jameson, which I would never get tired of Jameson. If I had to drink Jameson every day for the rest of my life, would I get tired of it? No, I wouldn't get tired of it. I just like to try different things. Though, me, I like to bounce around, to try this, that, and everything. So, but I would be satisfied with it. I wouldn't take any issue with that. But I don't have to drink that every day. I can drink every kind of other thing. So we're coming back in a few days, a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, we'll see. And another Irish whiskey, and this one's going to probably be Paddy's. Also it's not owned by the same company. Sazerac bought it, but it's made by the same people. See, Irish Distillers makes Jameson, and they make Paddy's, or Paddy. It's called both things on the same bottle, believe it or not. But it's owned by Sazerac, so it's contract produced. I don't know why they sold it to Sazerac, but I don't really know what the whole internal operation was over there. But anyway, Paddy, another Irish Distillers product from Middleton, Ireland, and no, I don't think it's not gonna win. That Stout Edition is gonna win. I'm telling you right now. If you watch it, if you say, "Oh, he said it wasn't gonna win," I'm not gonna waste my time watching it. I wouldn't be angry at you. I'll say, "Yeah, I'm telling you what's gonna happen." So I'm still gonna do the taste challenge, but let's go through the Irish whiskeys. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, y'all take care now. Oh, one more comment. Have you done a Tullamore versus Jameson? Yeah, the regular Jameson. But that's coming. I got it on the counter. I got Tullamore DEW, Tullamore Daniel E. Williams. People call it Tullamore Dew because his initials spelled Dew. He was a famous salesman for the company. A famous, not salesman, that's Paddy. A famous producer, blender. Distiller. Oh yeah, I'm thinking of Patty, the salesman. Uh, yeah, but not with the stout edition. But that's coming up. That's coming up this week. This week, David Nee Williams. David. I think it's Daniel, right? Daniel E. Williams, right? Daniel. Lucky pun on the initials, DEW, right? Tullamore Dew, like the dew on the grass. But why are you drinking whiskey in the morning when they still got dew on the grass? All right, y'all take care now.